guys, welcome to another beer review, and today I think I've got something a little bit special. From my research of this beer, it's like got I think a 90 on Rate Beer, and all the reviews underneath it are really good as well. And yeah, I've seen a couple of people on YouTube reviewing beers from this brewery. Not sure if they've reviewed this one, I can't really remember. As always, I'll put other reviews that I find in the description box as well. And yeah, it's my first craft beer from the Netherlands, from the Brouwerij De Molen. Yeah, I can eat Danishes, but I can't speak the language, and that was an absolutely terrible joke. But yeah, this is the American Pale Ale-ish from the Licht and Lustig line. I'm not too sure if this is like a specialty line that they do, or if that's all that they do. Don't know too much history about the brewery itself, but yeah, this is clocking in at 4.5%. It's in a 330 bottle. It uses Pilsner and caramel malts. It uses a bittering hop called Sladek, and it's also dry hopped with Columbus and Amarillo, and also uses top fermented yeast. And yeah, I really love the simplicity of the labels from this brewery. Really nice. It's just black and white with you know, a white background with some really nice simple black typography, and yeah, really nice crown on the top as well. And yeah, picked this up from Beretta, and it was actually, I think this was like the cheapest from the beers that they have from this brewery. Some of them were like up to like €8 for a 330 bottle. That's, to me, that's a little bit too much for one bottle of beer. Yeah, it's not something that I'd probably go out and buy, to be honest. If I had like a voucher or a gift card, or I won it, then obviously I'd drink it. But yeah, I don't know, I'm really cheap when it comes to craft beer. But anyway, yeah, very excited to try this one. So I'll just shut up, get this opened and poured, and I will see you in a sec. So as you can see, it was actually a pretty active beer, to be honest. I had to pour it pretty quick, but thankfully, as I was getting the thumbnail for the video, it died down a little bit. But yeah, that is a really pretty looking beer. Really nice and hazy. It's like a nice amber, copper, slightly orange colour. And you've got some nice foamy looking head, slightly off-white. And yeah, very pretty beer indeed. It is an unfiltered beer, so I'm not sure how much sediment would be in the bottom of this, but I'll obviously add some towards the end of the review. But yeah, very pretty beer indeed. So anyway, let's see if it smells and tastes as good as it looks. And it smells absolutely fantastic. Really nice caramel, not caramelized, like candied orange in there. You're picking up the grapefruit sort of tones, pineapple, mango, that sort of thing. Got some really nice tropical sniffs going on. And you get like brown sugar, there's ever so slight caramel as well. But yeah, that's a really nice smelling beer. I've seen some people describe this as like a British bitter, which I don't see why. It doesn't really look like it at all. It might have a really nice hop bitterness to it. I don't know, but yeah, it smells absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's ticking the boxes so far. So anyway, let's give it a taste. Cheers. You are picking up that bitterness actually, and you are picking up those fruity tones. But it, unfortunately for me, it's almost bordering on like tasting soapy. Like you get some pale ales and IPAs that smell fantastic. They're really nice and fragrant, but when you actually get to tasting them, yeah, it's just got this like soapiness to it. Thankfully, it's not too much in this one, but you're not really picking up those bitter flavours, I mean those sweet flavours at all. Let's give it another taste. Yeah, it's quite subtle on the fruitiness, but that bitterness, it's not too sharp, but you could definitely feel it. And yeah, I don't know what to think about this one, to be honest. It's really nice, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I was expecting maybe just a tiny bit more from it, especially from the reputation that it has. Maybe I shouldn't look it up next time I do a beer review, because, you know, when you see something that's got like a score that's nearly 100, you're going to have high expectations for it, and you might try it, and it might be one of the worst beers you've ever personally tasted. But yeah, I am picking up like caramel, like a chewy caramel sort of flavour there. It's got a really nice body. It's not too light, but it's not too heavy. And it goes down really, really nicely. Very sessionable. But I don't know, it just could be a little bit more. There just could be a little more bite and a little more oomph to it. You can pick up a lot of really cheap session IPAs here in Germany, and I'd actually probably go for them over a beer like this, to be honest. Like I was saying, it's not a bad beer by any stretch. It's definitely got that quality there. But for my tastes, there's really not too much going on in there, and yeah, it's just as hazy when you poured the rest in. Let me have one more taste, see what I can pick up. Yeah, there's a nice herbiness, nice pepperiness. But yeah, I was expecting a little more from it, to be honest. I definitely think, don't think I've ever tried the bittering hop, the Sladek bittering hop. But that's definitely coming into effect. But yeah, not really picking up any characteristics from the Columbus or the Amarillo hops, to be honest. And yeah, I don't know. I'm ever so slightly underwhelmed. That's probably a bad thing that I did look it up, because I've just probably, you know, just shot myself in the foot. But yeah, it's nothing too amazing, nothing too special. It's just a solidly crafted pale ale. There just could be a little bit more. It's got nice burps to it. You get a nice fruity burp, but yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more, maybe just even a bit more of like a citrus tone to it. But yeah, so out of 10, I'm still going to give it a good score. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think that would be really unfair to give it anything lower than that. And this is one of those beers that I could see a lot of people really, really liking, especially if you like your, you know, your typical British IPAs or pale ales or EPAs, that sort of thing, where the fruitiness isn't too, you know, that's not too whatever. But yeah, it's a not bad beer at all. And yeah, would I go out of my way to pick it up again? Probably not. Like I was saying, I could pick up a lot cheaper from a place like Beretta that, for my tastes, my own personal tastes, tastes a lot better. Am I interested in trying out some of the other beers from the brewery? Yes, I am, because it's a very highly regarded brewery. And even though this beer, excuse me, isn't really appealing to me completely, I can definitely see why people hold it with such high regard. It's just not for me. So it's a 7 out of 10 from me. Some may see that as very slightly unfair. It could be that, you know, my palate hasn't completely developed. But yeah, if you've tried this beer and you've got any differing opinions, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What's your favourite beer from this brewery? What beer should I drop everything else for and go check out? Yeah, if you want to find out more about this beer, the brewery, and also any other potential reviews here on YouTube, those links will be down below. Check out the Pale Ale playlist, subscribe to the Clueless Drinker, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next beer review. I will see you in the next beer review. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.